We are talking about 90 days of unstoppable visibility. And why would you want to do this? Number one, I believe that everything we do in a 90-day period, right? We see the full effects of the results from that in the following 90 days. So whatever I'm harvesting or not harvesting, whatever I'm sowing this 90 days, I'm going to harvest the next 90 days. Now that doesn't mean I harvest 90 days and then I stop and I wait on the heart or I sow for 90 days if I can get this right, and then I wait on the harvest, right? I'm going to continue to sow the seeds, right? I'm going to continue to do that. And so, what this video is about is to give you the strategic things that are going to help you create more massive visibility over the next 90 days. And I'm hoping that you're going to say yes to taking a challenge. I'm hoping that you're going to say yes to putting yourself out there. I'm hoping, and I'm going to assume, actually, I'm not even going to hope, I'm going to assume that you want to grow your business, that you want to create massive visibility, that you want to create unstoppable visibility, that you want to be memorable to your audience, and that you're going to say yes. So that's what the assumption I'm making today is. Okay. All right. So, how do we create the most unstoppable visibility when it comes to our business, right? Everybody has a message, right? Everybody has someone that they want to serve and support. Everyone believes, or at least I hope you do, that you have something that will change lives, something that will change lives, that will increase someone's confidence, that will make their health better, that will make their family better, make their finances better. Like you have something that you do that you truly believe in, right? So, most entrepreneurs are failing at visibility because they are inconsistent. Would you like me to say that again for those in the back? Most entrepreneurs are failing at visibility because they are inconsistent. They're not consistent. They give up because they don't get instant gratification. They don't get the results they want. They feel like nobody's watching, blah, 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 blah. But what if you decided that I'm going to show up over these next 90 days like I've never shown up before? I am going all in. I am doing this thing. Drop an emoji in the chat, in the comments. If you're like, I'm listening, I'm not convinced yet, Chrissy, but I'm listening. Okay. Drop an emoji in the chat. So I know you're on board or you're getting there. Okay. Visibility matters because you are going to build more like, know, and trust with visibility than anything else. Visibility grows your business more than anything else, right? If people don't know who you are, most likely they're not going to buy from you. If people haven't built like, know, and trust, most likely they're not going to buy from you. And that is important. That is important, right? We want to serve and support our audience. And if they're not paying attention to us, if they're not seeing and building like, know, and trust, we can't help and have as impact on as many people as we desire. And that's a problem, right? Because if we're not getting people's attention, if we are not creating an unforgettable, iconic brand, they don't know who we are and we can't help them. Drop in the comments if you have something that you believe is life-changing to someone's life. Do you believe you have something that's life-changing? Now, the second thing is, I think that the more face-to-cam videos, when people hear us talking, when people see our faces, when people see how we really feel, and I don't care if you're comfortable on video, like that will come. Even if you are a nervous wreck and you get hives. I actually don't have hives today, but normally when I get on video, I have hives and they literally just start and they're red and they go all the way up my neck. But even with hives, I cannot hide my conviction. Some people call it passion. But I'm so convicted about you growing your brand, you growing your business, you helping more people, that I'm telling you what to do over the next 90 days to get massively visible. Like you have no excuse. You're on this video or you're watching the replay. You literally have no excuse. Don't stop watching now. You're already in. Okay. So face to cam videos are always going to have your highest ROI. So when I take this on my tripod or my little thing, but when I'm like this, right, just kind of like I am now, and you see my face, you get a glimpse of how I really feel about what I say. By the way, what I actually say, communication is only 7% of the words coming out of my mouth. The way that I present myself, the way that I talk, my tonality, those are so much bigger when it comes to visibility, right? I can literally sit here and read you the most copyrighted script ever. But if I don't believe in it, if I don't feel it, you're not going to feel it either. You can talk too fast. I talk super fast. When I'm on stages, I don't know why I do. I talk really fast for some reason. I always tell people, tell me slow it down. Tell me slow it down. It's okay. All right. So face to cam videos are going to be your highest return on your time. Plain and simple. There is a place for trends. There is a place for trending sounds. But evergreen face to cam content is going to be your biggest return on your time. It's going to build the most trust, brand loyalty. It is going to build the most or attract the most raving fans. So those other videos can grab attention and pull people to you, but this is what's going to close the deal. Plain and simple. The most profitable entrepreneurs are not hiding. They put their face out there. They put their voice out there. They put their story out there. They talk about their transformations. They talk about their pains. They talk about their vulnerabilities. Plain and simple. They put it out there. Where are you not doing these? Where are you hiding? Where are you not putting yourself out there? Where are you not being vulnerable? Where are you not sharing your story? Where are you not sharing your, I hate calling them failures because I think we learn from them. So I don't believe in failures, but where you're not sharing your breakdowns and your breakthroughs, we'll call it that. So if you've ever hesitated to show you, the real you, not a carbon copy, like not a copy of somebody else, you online, it's time to stop. You want to become and create unstoppable visibility over 90 days? You on camera. I guess I should go like this. Your face on camera. Okay. Here's the thing. I am very comfortable on camera. I will mess up. I will say, my dogs will bark. My internet will go out. My smoke detector will go off when my husband's cooking me food. Like, ish happens, friends. It happens. And I wasn't always comfortable. And there are sometimes I still say way too much and it drives me crazy. Or I'll get into, have you ever been like on CapCut and they'll cut filler words? Like I'll say like a lot or like right. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? And I'll be like, oh, why did I say that 50 times in a video? But you only get better. You only get better the more that you do it. Okay. So over the next 90 days, I want you to stretch yourself. So I know today is, if you're watching this live, March 16th, it's a Sunday night. I get it. What a weird time to start a 90-day challenge, Chrissy. I'm telling you to challenge yourself. Write it down right now. Today's the day I'm starting my 90-day challenge, and I'm going to stretch myself, and I'm going to create one visibility habit that I'm committing to. Now, I am not telling you to do 60 live videos in 2 weeks. That's insane. I'm insane. I get this. I own this. But I have a purpose for what I'm doing, and I know why I'm doing it, but I don't recommend that everybody do this. Okay. So that's not what I mean, but I want you to commit to something that stretches yourself. So I'm going to give you some ideas. So what if you did a daily face to cam video, whether it was live or recorded or a story? Who could commit to that? 5 days a week, 7 days a week, your call for 90 days. Drop in the chat if you can commit to that. Next thing is, could you do 1 to 2 live videos a week or maybe more if you're like up for it? You can go live on Facebook, you can go live on YouTube, you can go live on TikTok, you can go live on LinkedIn, you can go live on where else? Instagram. There's lots of opportunities and places to go live, right? Could you pitch yourself for more podcasts, being a guest on a podcast, leverage other people's audiences, being on guest live videos? I have 11 podcast interviews over the next 2 months, which is insane. And I'm so thrilled. But what does that do? It leverages other people's audience. You get outside of your circle. You have a circle, you have a network, and you get outside of that. It's the same thing video does. Video is going to go it's going to get outside of your current followers. Whereas if I'm just posting static posts, which is like text and an image, it's not going to go past my followers. So what can you commit to? Short form video, long form video, YouTube videos, live videos, more face to cam videos, more stories. Stories don't go out to the public. They go to your current audience. But if you're not doing much video, it's a great place to start. Pitching yourself, getting in front of other people's audiences. What are you committing to over the next 90 days? Remember, what we do in this 90-day period, we are going to see the results of it in the following 90 days. But then we do something else in the next 90 days to see it in the next 90 days. It's a constant thing that we keep doing, right? So the next thing is that I believe, and I know that the content that gets the most engagement, it's not perfect. It's not polished videos. It's the real, raw human stuff. I have a video that people request all the time. It's in my free group. I guess I'm gonna have to download it because, Facebook's removing all the live videos. But it's titled "The Day I Almost Killed My Business," and I have a hat on that says "Killing It." And I'm sitting in my office, the lights off, it's dark, and the only light I have is from my computer screen, and I'm just sitting there with this hat on my head, and I'm very vulnerable, and I'm very emotional, and I'm talking about the day that I almost gave it all up, that I was done, that I was over it, and I was not doing anymore. And that was a very powerful video because I talked about if I would have quit, what I would have lost. It's like the story about the gold. They talk about it in the Think and Grow Rich documentary, but the guy is digging for gold and he's exhausted all of his resources. He's done. He just wants to sell the place. The person that buys the land to dig for gold, it was 3 feet away. He was 3 feet away. If he'd only have kept going, I was 3 feet away from quitting my business. And I would have lost so much if I would have allowed that to happen. So where can you get more vulnerable? Where can you be more honest? Where can you be more raw? Where can you talk about what you struggled with? What can you talk about the time you almost quit? Can you share your journey and let people see that? The biggest mistake I made, the moment I almost quit, the one thing I wish I knew sooner. 3 great prompts. Write them down. The biggest mistake I made, the moment I almost quit, one thing I wish I knew sooner, 3 great prompts to start getting vulnerable with your audience. So who is going to get vulnerable? Who's going to show up in a bigger, more vulnerable way? Who's going to leverage other people's audiences? Who's going to set a goal over the next 90 days to do some crazy things? The difference between those who make it and those who don't is they keep going even when it feels like nobody's watching, even when it feels like it's not working, even when it feels like it's not doing anything. We love instant gratification. Visibility is not a one-time thing. It's a long game. Can you stay in it? Visibility matters. When you get uncomfortable, you may be already uncomfortable by getting visible, but when you add some uncomfortable aspects to it, when you add some vulnerability into it, when you add some realness into it, you're going to create unforgettable experiences for your audience, and they're going to remember you. So where do you get to leverage? I'm going to finish big. Yes. Where do you get to leverage? Okay, I'm going big these 90 days. Where do you get to leverage other people's audiences? Where do you get to put your face to cam more? Where do you get to pour your heart out to your audience? Where do you get to talk about your vulnerability? Where do you get to talk about the times that you had breakdowns and breakthroughs? Deep down, every single person watching, you know what you get to do. The question is, are you just going to keep feeling that little scratch in the back of your mind? Like, I know I should do this. I know I get to do this. Or are you going to actually act on it? You always have a choice. But I'm telling you, the more uncomfortable I get and put myself out there, the more I grow as a person, and my business will never grow past me. So if I really want my business to grow, I've got to grow too. And the way that I grow is pushing myself through discomfort, pushing myself through the uncomfortable things that I really don't want to do, choosing courage over fear. It's still scary, but I'm going to do it anyhow. And the more that I've done that, the more that I've grown. And I know this is going to happen for you too. If you just say yes to putting yourself out there, setting yourself up for a 90-day goal, make sure you DM me, drop in the chat, whichever is easier for you, and tell me what you're doing over the next 90 days to grow the heck out of your unstoppable visibility and putting yourself out there and being vulnerable to your audience.